Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving into a critical topic that could impact your health significantly, especially if you're over a certain age. We're talking about supplements, those pills and powders that are marketed as the key to a healthier life. But what if I told you that some of these supplements, which are supposed to help you, might actually be harming you? That's right, we're going to uncover the truth about certain supplements that could be clogging your arteries and putting your heart health at risk. We're going to separate fact from fiction and empower you to make informed decisions about your health. Let's talk about calcium, a mineral that's crucial for strong bones, especially as we age. We see it in all those commercials for osteoporosis prevention, right? And it makes sense. Calcium is a building block of our bones, but here's where things get tricky. While we absolutely need calcium, getting it from supplements might not be the best way, and in fact, could be doing more harm than good. You see, our bodies are incredibly complex. When we ingest calcium through food, it's absorbed gradually and naturally. However, when we pop a calcium supplement, especially a high-dose one, it can cause a sudden spike in our blood calcium levels. Now, this is where the potential danger comes in. Studies have suggested that these spikes in blood calcium levels might contribute to the calcification of our arteries. Imagine your arteries, the vital pathways that carry blood from your heart to the rest of your body, hardening and narrowing due to calcium buildup. This calcification can restrict blood flow, putting extra strain on your heart and increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. And it's not just a theoretical risk, guys. Research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found a link between calcium supplements and an increased risk of coronary artery calcification in older women. Now, I know this might sound scary, especially if you've been taking calcium supplements for years, but don't panic. This doesn't mean that everyone who takes calcium supplements will develop heart problems. What it does mean is that we need to be smart about our calcium intake. Instead of relying solely on supplements, focus on getting calcium from natural food sources. Leafy green vegetables, dairy products, almonds, and fortified foods are all excellent sources of calcium. And remember, before making any changes to your supplement regimen, it's crucial to talk to your doctor. Vitamin E, the antioxidant superhero, protecting our cells from damage. We see it touted everywhere as an anti-aging miracle, right? And it's true, vitamin E does play a vital role in protecting our cells from damage caused by free radicals. But here's the catch, and this is important when it comes to supplements: more isn't always better. In fact, high doses of vitamin E, especially from supplements, have been linked to some potential downsides, particularly for our cardiovascular system. Now, this might seem counterintuitive. After all, antioxidants are supposed to be good for our hearts, right? Well, it turns out that excessive vitamin E intake, particularly from supplements, can disrupt the delicate balance of our body's natural antioxidant systems. This disruption can actually increase the risk of certain health issues, including heart problems. One study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that high-dose vitamin E supplements were associated with an increased risk of heart failure. Now, this doesn't mean that vitamin E is inherently bad. It's all about balance and getting the right amount from the right sources. Instead of relying on high-dose supplements, focus on getting vitamin E from whole foods like nuts, seeds, vegetable oils, and green leafy vegetables. And remember, before starting any new supplements, it's crucial to consult with your healthcare provider. Omega-3 fatty acids, the heart-healthy fats we hear so much about, they're essential for brain function, reducing inflammation, and yes, supporting cardiovascular health. We find them naturally in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, and they're also available in supplement form, often as fish oil capsules. Now, while omega-3s are undoubtedly beneficial, there's growing concern that high doses, particularly from certain types of supplements, might have unintended consequences for our arteries. You see, not all omega-3 supplements are created equal. Some supplements, particularly those containing high doses of EPA and DHA, the specific types of omega-3s found in fish oil, have been linked to potential downsides. One concern is that excessive intake of these specific omega-3s might increase the risk of bleeding, especially in people taking blood-thinning medications. Additionally, some studies have suggested that high doses of EPA and DHA might raise LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, in certain individuals. Now, it's important to note that the research on this is still evolving, and not everyone who takes high-dose fish oil supplements will experience these adverse effects. However, it's crucial to be aware of the potential risks and to choose your omega-3 supplements wisely. Look for supplements that provide a balanced ratio of EPA and DHA, and consider consulting with a registered dietitian or your healthcare provider to determine the appropriate dosage for your needs. Iron, the mineral that's crucial for carrying oxygen throughout our bodies, it's essential for energy production and overall well-being, but when it comes to iron supplements, it's a delicate balancing act. While iron deficiency is a common concern, especially among women, excessive iron intake can be detrimental to our health, particularly for our cardiovascular system. You see, iron is a pro-oxidant, meaning it can promote oxidation, a process that damages cells and contributes to aging and various diseases. When iron levels are too high, it can lead to oxidative stress, which can damage our blood vessels and increase the risk of heart disease. Additionally, high iron levels have been linked to an increased risk of insulin resistance, a condition that precedes type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance can further contribute to cardiovascular problems. Now, it's important to note that not everyone needs to worry about excessive iron intake. Iron deficiency is a much more common concern, especially among women of childbearing age, vegetarians, and vegans. However, if you're considering taking iron supplements, it's crucial to consult with your doctor to determine if you truly need them. They can check your iron levels through a simple blood test and recommend the appropriate dosage if necessary. Avoid self-medicating with iron supplements, as excessive intake can have unintended consequences for your health. Remember, balance is key when it comes to iron. Vitamin K, often overlooked but essential for blood clotting and bone health. It plays a vital role in helping our blood clot properly, preventing excessive bleeding. However, when it comes to vitamin K and heart health, things can get a little complicated. You see, vitamin K exists in two main forms, vitamin K1 phylloquinone and vitamin K2 menaquinone. Vitamin K1, found primarily in leafy green vegetables, is essential for blood clotting. Vitamin K2, found in fermented foods and some animal products, plays a role in directing calcium to our bones and preventing it from accumulating in our arteries. Now, here's where the conundrum comes in. Some studies have suggested that high intakes of vitamin K1, particularly from supplements, might interfere with the action of blood-thinning medications like warfarin, also known as Coumadin. This interference could potentially increase the risk of blood clots. On the other hand, vitamin K2 has shown potential benefits for heart health. Some studies suggest that vitamin K2 may help prevent calcium buildup in our arteries, reducing the risk of heart disease. So, what does this mean for us? First and foremost, if you're taking blood-thinning medications, it's crucial to talk to your doctor before making any changes to your vitamin K intake, whether from food or supplements. For the general population, focusing on getting vitamin K from a balanced diet is a good approach. Protein powders, a staple in many fitness enthusiasts' routines, often marketed as a way to build muscle, boost energy, and support overall health. But when it comes to our arteries, are these powders friend or foe? Let's break it down. Protein is undoubtedly essential for building and repairing tissues, maintaining healthy bones, and supporting various bodily functions. However, the source of protein matters, and excessive protein intake, particularly from certain types of protein powders, can have unintended consequences for our cardiovascular health. Many protein powders are derived from dairy sources, such as whey or casein. While dairy can be a good source of protein, it's also often high in saturated fat, which can raise LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, and increase the risk of heart disease. Additionally, some protein powders are loaded with added sugars, artificial sweeteners, and other additives that can contribute to inflammation, weight gain, and other health issues that can negatively impact our arteries. Moreover, excessive protein intake can put a strain on our kidneys, especially in individuals with pre-existing kidney conditions. When our kidneys are overworked, it can disrupt the delicate balance of electrolytes in our bodies, potentially leading to cardiovascular problems. Now, this doesn't mean that all protein powders are bad. If you're choosing to use protein powders, opt for plant-based options such as pea protein, brown rice protein, or soy protein, which are naturally lower in saturated fat and cholesterol. Thanks for watching. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Remember, when it comes to supplements, it's crucial to be informed consumers. Don't believe everything you see in advertisements or on product labels. Do your research, read scientific studies, and consult with your healthcare provider.